name is Michael Swilling, and we started these calls in January of 2018, and we've been here every single week, every Thursday night. And there are many, many, many of you. We usually hit about 1,000 people on this call on a weekly basis, and I know many of you have been here, thick or thin, regardless of what's going on, as part of your culture to plug in every Thursday night, and it's greatly, greatly appreciated, and I congratulate you for doing so. I also want to welcome those who just started today in the amazing Ctfo business, and you're on your first weekly training call. We meet here every week, and we always have a variety of speakers and different trainers, and boy, 2019, we are going to have a lineup that is going to be amazing, so we're going to continue to do these calls. This is my last training where I am going to be the host. Next week, I am going away on vacation with my family, which I'm looking forward to, taking a break. And the amazing Todd Dalton, along with Scott Cook, are going to be doing a year-end close call. So make sure that you plug in your team to next Thursday night's training call. And then the following week, we're going to have a no call that week, just based on the holiday season, and just take a breather because 2019, we're going to be roaring away with so much going on. So again, this is my last call, so it's a meaningful one for me. I've got some great things to share that hopefully be very, very helpful for everyone tonight. And then again, next week we will have our final legacy team call, and then in 2 weeks we're going to have no call, and we're going to start off the 2019 season with a bang. So, tonight's topic, I do have one announcement, which is the vapes, the amazing vapes, the delicious vapes, the vapes that work immediately. I personally love them. A person who never smoked cigarettes, never smoked anything, never thought I would ever vape anything, and have fallen in love with our vape products. So a few weeks ago, there was an announcement that Stuart made on a corporate call that said, due to our merchant's request, we were asked to take off our vape products off the marketing site temporarily. We're constantly been moving and revolving and changing merchant accounts. We'll talk a little bit about that, of some of the changes that are happening with the new hemp laws that are changing. But for the last year, in 2018, it was very, very difficult, and it's extremely difficult to have a merchant account that will take orders for hemp or CBD. There's a lot of banking institution laws. A lot of companies have got to go overseas to do it. They have a big reserve. They have there's all kinds of rules and regulations. Thankfully, yesterday, with the Senate and the Congress passing the hemp industrial laws, and once the president signs it, which we all know he's going to, things are going to get so much better and so much easier. So this is only temporarily, but we are still shipping the blueberry, the citrus, the 500 and 1,500 vape products, and they are available in your back office. So just rest assured, it's just not on the front page of your marketing site, but they are available for order. We did not discontinue them. We are not back ordered on them. It's just something we were doing for the merchant account. But these things, along with so many other things, are changing for our benefit. Remember, we talked about in January, those that are with us, the pioneers become the millionaires. We were in a very gray area. Just today, for example, the Alabama laws just changed today when it comes to hemp. So you're going to see and hear so much things happening in our favor. For example, we started the year saying, by the year 2020, they're expecting, CBD hemp to become a billion-dollar product. That was what we were saying back in January this year. Now the numbers that are different corporations that are market researchers are saying, they're saying by the year 2022, okay? And remember, 2019 is a few weeks away, so within 3 years, they're now projecting this industry to be a $22 billion. That's 22, not one, not two, but 22 $22 billion industry. So, again, with the recent things. So when you talk about timing of being in the right place at the right time, we certainly are there, and there is so much in store, and I'll talk a little bit about that for what's going to be happening really in the first quarter of 2019 and beyond, and what it means to each and every one of you. But let's talk a little bit about history, because there's some people who just joined today, and there's some people in the call who joined last month, and some 6 months, and some a year ago, and I just want to give you a little bit of history. When I decided to join the company, I decided to join not based on a product. The product to me was the opportunity. And to be quite honest, in 28 years, to me, I did network marketing not for the product. I did it for the opportunity to work when I wanted, to work with who I wanted, to make unlimited income, to make friends, to help others, to have a great lifestyle, to have time, to have freedom, not have to go to a job, not have to work for someone else. There were so many reasons. And after 28 years, I fell in love with this concept that Stuart and Michael had, just about really having a business plan that anyone that engages can succeed at. I love the concept of free sign-up, not having to charge a distributor. I love that you didn't have to buy a product to make money. I like that the qualifier was only $47. I like that it was a 60-day money-back guarantee. All those things were in place, ladies and gentlemen, years ago when I first joined up. And at the time, we only had 3 products. That was it. We had a chewable vitamin that had called Super 7. It's a great product. I still take it every day, but it didn't have a lot of sizzle. You know what I mean? It was very hard to market, to go say, hey, want to try my Super 7 product with, the acai berry and the goji berry and all these other things. We had a chewable product called Chew Off, where you would chew it to help you lose weight, and we had a protein shake. That was it. It was very difficult from a product standpoint, but what I sold was the concept of residual income. What I saw was, hey, it's gonna take me years, but I'm looking for residual income. Work today, have it last, and it was a slow burn. But I understood it. I wasn't really concerned about how slow it was building because I was in for the long haul. You know what I mean? I wasn't worried about, and it was hard. It was really hard. People would laugh at me, and it's a chewable, or I didn't like the taste, or there's no science behind it, and didn't have any of that stuff. But I believed in myself, and hopefully you're on the call tonight, you believe in yourself. I believed in network marketing. And more importantly, I believed in Michael and Stu and Steve and what they were trying to accomplish of changing the paradigm of network marketing. I liked that we weren't front-loading people. I liked we weren't asking people to balance their left and right. I liked that, with the money-back guarantee. So if you sit here today and you kind of look, and every day people will either look at the glass half empty or half full. I chose to always look at it half full. Some people might think I got lucky or I got involved in the beginning. No, it was difficult. It was hard. You know what I mean? So that brings us up into January, you know what I mean, of this year. And, a little bit more about when I first got started. When I first got started, I came in as a free person, and I didn't order product for 6 months. Okay? I took a spot for free, and I didn't engage or do anything for 6 months. So if you're sitting there now and you're saying, oh, my God, I have a few hundred people or 1,000 people and people aren't doing anything, right? Well, that's how I got in, guys. I absolutely, positively swear that I did not order a product. I just took a free position and said, let me watch it, see what happens. And then when the time was right, and one day I woke up and said, hey, let me take a look at this company. Maybe there's something really here. It got me excited, and I started saying, hey, this makes sense to me. So the timing just wasn't right when I first took the position, and then I did it. So I don't want to hear anyone complaining about people in your group who aren't ordering, okay? Because when the time is right, if it ever is right, well, then they'll engage. If not, who cares? You know what I mean? So that was my story, and I'm sticking with it. So January of this year, we heard about the CBD craze back in, probably October of 2017, and it was not easy, you know what I mean? It was a very, very difficult challenge. Our website provider, we were struggling with them. Finding a merchant account was almost impossible. We were told, one merchant account said, yes, we'll process CBD orders, and then right before we're ready to push the switch and go live, they backed out. Then we had to find a different one, and there was so much going behind the scenes. It wasn't like, one day to do this. And it was very risky, because it was an unknown. It was like, my goodness, there's so much, there are laws changing. I mean, we were going through, there were states like Nebraska, and for those who were involved, there was weeks at times that we had to shut down Nebraska because our attorney said, don't ship to Nebraska. Indiana, for example, Michigan. So for those, Kansas, there were periods of times that we were actually shutting down states. But it really didn't matter from the network marketing side because we had a bunch of non-CBD products, and you could still build a business. But people in those states got frustrated. Maybe they quit or left rather than keeping their head up and understanding. I knew at that time that one of the largest network marketing companies in the United States, a billion-dollar company that was dealing with energy, was only in 8 states. Yet you could do the business from any state you were from, but in most of the states you couldn't even get the energy from there. And that's a company that's in business today. I think they're still only in 8 states. So you didn't have to have the product coming to you. You didn't have to do what it was, even though that we had other products. So it was an amazing journey watching our growth. There was a lot of ups and downs that we experienced, whether it was through a shipping delay, growth. I mean, when we first got started, the company was in a small office. I think we had a staff of 4 or 5 people. You know how hard it is to kind of, you don't want to go out and hire 20 people or 50 people or 100 people and then not have and they're all sitting there twiddling their thumbs. So what a great job the company did from hey, constantly getting new people, training people, and as they were bringing new people in, some of the people didn't work out, so they had to let them go. And so keeping the cream of the crop, the good employees, it's not hard, it's not easy to find good employees nowadays, but the company's been so blessed to do so. So moving into a beautiful corporate office, that was a big transition, hiring great management, staff, people, customer service, so it's been not the perfect road in 2018, but looking back at what we've done. And then when you think into consideration, we had over 70 products and introducing so many new products and adding so much stuff. It's been in a crazy win world. And, from my perspective, I'm kind of I love computer stuff and websites, and I love the flashy look and feel. I would tell people transparency, say, our compensation plan, I believe, is the best and fairest, most lucrative. We've got the best owners. We've got the best product out there. It's affordable. Everything's great. The only thing I would tell people is where I think we really, really lack is we don't have a very good online presence in terms of our look and our feel. To me, it was average. It wasn't horrible, but it was average. But in spite of that, in spite of having just an average-looking marketing site and a really antiquated back office, it's amazing the growth we had. And the reason we've had the growth as much as we have is really because of each of you on the phone, our leaders. We have tremendous, incredible leaders. And I tip my hat to each of the 100Ks and the 50Ks and the 25Ks and those who are obtaining those. We've had great leaders provide support and do things. They look beyond. They looked at the glass half full. They didn't sit there and say, well, I can't do this because it's not that great of a website, or I can't do it because, the shipping was a delay, or I can't do this because of this. There are people who look at the things in the upside and the downside. One of the things that I've learned, and I'm going to repeat the statement twice, is successful people will do what unsuccessful people are willing to do. So successful people will do what an unsuccessful person is unwilling to do. People will always look for excuses. You're on the call tonight, you're listening, and you're not coming up with excuses. You're planting your flag here. You're not worrying about what's happening or this person said this or this person said that or so on and so forth. You see the vision. You say you believe in hemp. You believe in CBD. You believe in the owners of this company. You believe in this compensation plan. You believe in the concept of direct sales network marketing. You know that this is one of the best alternatives in the world today, and this is going to become a $22 billion industry. And even if you get a small piece of that pie, how rewarding it's going to be, not just financially, but in addition, how people's health is going to be dramatically improved, which is absolutely incredible. So where are we today, and where are we going? We're doing about $2 million a month right now, which is very, very good considering where we've been. What do we project? What do we think? I was talking in the stew the other day, and we were just masterminding. And in my humble opinion, I believe that we will hit, and this is what I believe, is that we'll hit about $30 million a month. I don't know how soon we'll do it in 2019, but I think we're going to go from $2 million to $30 million a month at some point. I'd like to see it within the first 6 months. It's very, very possible. For those who have been in the industry and seen that happen before, it happens all the time. We've prepared ourselves for growth. And growth is now going to happen, and it's going to be incredible. Here are some things that I think that is going to happen, or that I'm aware of. There are some things that I am privy of that I'm sworn to secrecy, so I can't spill the beans and everything. But if you knew what I knew, you would never sleep. It's that exciting. It's that incredible what we have in store for 2019, which I think is just going to be the beginning. So let's talk about a few things that I believe that we'll see and what's going to happen. First of all, 10X Pure is really going to be part of we are ahead of the trend. So there are going to be so many companies popping up to take advantage of this. A lot of companies waited until this bill was passed. They waited for, this hemp regulation to change because it's going to make things easier. Because all 50 states are going to loosen up the things that they're going and doing. You're going to see stores popping up. You're going to see more manufacturers. You're going to see more farmers. Everyone's going to try to get their piece of the puzzle, and that's great. I mean, competition is good. I mean, I couldn't figure it out, but when I was in college going for business, they explained why a McDonald's is on the same road as a Burger King, and why they're not far apart and how it helps. So competition is going to be good for us. I don't think anyone's going to find products that are more affordable, that pays out more commissions, that has more of I haven't seen a company that has as big as a variety that we have, you know what I mean, with a 60-day money-back guarantee. But we're going to get really good at talking about what's called GMP, because all the things I'm reading and seeing and watching now, they're talking about how many CBD companies are coming, and they're not providing studies. They're not providing their third-party, lab results to show what's in there is really in there. You can walk into a store and see a bottle and say, "Oh my God, it's $15," but the reality is, you have no idea what you're spraying or putting in your mouth or whatever it is. And GMP is going to be bigger than ever, which we have in our label. So what we say is in our label is in our bottle, and that's part of the federal law. To be part of GMP certified is that you've got to be very, very careful of any company that, if anyone that's trying to market something, they're going to give you all these high words. The big thing is, is it GMP certified? But what's going to make us really unique and what you'll hear and what's been going on behind the scenes, and I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to steal the thunder of the company when they announce all this stuff, so I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you a few things. 10X Pure is going to be the future. That oil alone, what that ingredient alone, the health benefits of that on its own, not even adding it to CBD, are off the charts. So not only is it helping with getting the CBD to absorb better in your system and getting the CBD to get to the areas it needs to get to without being flushed out of your body, it's helping with the delivery system of CBD and making the CBD better, but the health benefits of the oil of 10X Pure on its own are absolutely off the charts. And there are studies already being done, hopefully they're going to be done in a few weeks, that are going to help every one of us when we tell our story about 10X Pure, what it makes it different than anything in the market, that we're not going to have to worry about saying it or explaining it. We're going to have the science to prove it. In addition, they're looking at doing not just the studies that they had right now, but they're also looking into doing and investing a lot of money into the human studies too, which will be incredible. So rest assured that you have the scientific proof to provide and to show why our CBD is far superior than anything in the market today, okay? It's no longer, no one can be a critic. No one can ever say, hey, well, here's the proof. The second thing you're going to have is the company made, and this is where we love, one of the things is that Stuart and Michael and Steve are amazing network marketers. That's what they do, and they do a great job. Unfortunately, they've been really hand-tied running the company to make sure, because doing this whole, hiring people and growing and all those things and the shipping and all that stuff has taken up a lot of time. I cannot tell you the person's name, but he is very famous, and when you hear his name, you're going to be in awe. But they had hired a person who is world-renowned to help tell this story. They put a huge investment to tell the 10X Pure story. So not just from a scientific point of view, but you're also going to have, from a marketing standpoint, the ability to have the marketing materials to tell the story. You're going to be able to tell what are the 10 reasons, the 10 things that make 10X Pure so special. So you'll be able to show that to people and say, well, here you go. Remember, network marketing is not about you selling or convincing. It's about sharing. So all we'll have to be able to do is saying, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, whether a prospect for a customer or a prospect for a customer or an associate, Mr. or Mr. Prospect, here's the science to prove why we're the best in the hemp industry. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, here are the 10 reasons from a marketing standpoint why this is the greatest opportunity on planet Earth and products. So not only we're exclusive and we're patented. So you're going to hear a lot about that. That is one of the reasons why is competition. We want competition. We want more and more people aware, because when we show them the free sign-up, when we show them the 60-day money-back guarantee, when we show them the $47 qualifier, when we show them the 70-plus products, and then we show them what makes us even better, we win, period. You win. This is huge. It's only huge for those who engage. I was talking to Jeremy yesterday, the CEO of 10X Pure, and they just built a beautiful new building. He was actually driving to it when we were on a conference call speaking, and it's almost completed. So they're building a new facility where they're going to be manufacturing their own products. They're going to be doing their own extraction. And there are other announcements that I can't tell you, that I don't want to steal the thunder of the company, and I don't want to get in trouble. But there's some other announcements that will just blow you away. So hang tight on those. Just rest assured that I promise you have my word, they are absolutely off the chart, which is going to be incredible. So I do believe that is where the future, or I'm confident that's where the future will be. And we're going to be able to take 10X Pure and to add it to almost all of our products, if not all of our products. So what you've seen so far is just a glimpse of where we're going. So get ready for an amazing journey, and know that, my goodness, what we have ahead of us. Are there going to be bumpy roads? Yes. There's going to be ups and downs. We're going to go through things. It's just a part of life. Nothing is a perfect thing. It's kind of like, it's skyrocketing to the top, but you never see a line that goes straight up. There's going to be downsides. I don't know what those issues are going to be, but things are going to happen. There are leaders who are going to leave because they're going to think the grass is greener elsewhere. There are going to be things at the company that are going to be happening. It's just, dogs don't bark at parked cars. So, again, successful people will do what unsuccessful people do. You got to, the thing that you want to say is, hey, I want these things to happen for me. You have to have that I'm in. I'm not going to look to the left. I'm not going to look to the right. I'm all in. And what you need to be doing, and I know a lot of people feel as though that, and I know it's hard and not easy for everyone, but we're here to help you, is share. This is not going out there trying to sell soap and lotions and detergents. You're not trying to sell a telecom system. You're not trying to sell a juice product or a vitamin or a weight loss. You're sharing hemp. You can't turn on your TV set. You can't look elsewhere and see what's out there. And to be part of the best, again, we were in front of the trend, which puts us that first mover's advantage. So as companies are trying to catch up, you're going to hear things. There's no one that can even do what we're doing. That's how exciting it is. It's like we've got the best, sand in the sandbox here. So it's really, really a blessing to do that. And don't, this whole thing that happened in Congress and in the Senate is a huge win for us. Massive, massive win. So I do want to applaud those who came in January when things were up and down. It wasn't an easy road to travel, And now it's funny, like today, like everyone's like, why isn't the website ready today? I believe I'm going to give a date, that the website looks great. It's functional. It's gorgeous. There's a new comp plan video that is incredible. It's a 10 out of 10. It is beautiful. The back office is incredible. The features are amazing. They just want to make sure that it pays exactly perfectly. You have to understand that our compensation plan is copyrighted. It's not like a traditional unilevel plan that's out there. It's not like a traditional matrix because it has copyrighted profit sharing points, which are the pay points. It has an amazing infinity bonus. So it's taken 3 different compensation plans and then adding in the profit sharing points, which are the pay points when you get the free clone position after enrolling 3. And it is very, very difficult. A lot of companies that when they were searching for a vendor to rebuild and offer a new platform, Companies said they couldn't do it, and Naxim can, and they will. So they just got to run just a few. They ran reports last week. They're running them again, and now the decision is, do you want to, do it the week before Christmas or just do it on 1/1? I don't know. It could be the week before. I don't want to give a date. My gut feeling is 1/1. That's what we did last year. If those remember who joined Ctfo, if you remember, it was 1/1 was the big date. To me, it's a great date, but I can't speak for the company. They don't have a firm date. I hope it's then. I hope it's not next week, because honestly, the longer and I know this is kind of reverse psychology for myself though, but I look at every day that we're part of the old site as more of an opportunity when the new site, even though it's going to get crazy when the new site launches and we're probably going to double, triple, quadruple overnight. I like saying, hey, I was part of something before. I want to be here a year from now and a reflection, say, oh, remember when we were waiting patiently for months on that site? And I know we've all waited patiently for a lot of reasons. But it's done, guys. I wish you've seen it. I wish, and for those who are on the advisory council have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's beautiful. I mean, we're going to be the best in everything now, including our marketing site and back office and what it's going to be able to do for us in the follow-up system and all those great things. So it's there. It's in reaching distance. It's not like a month away or 2 months. It's there. It's just picking the right date to do it and just making sure the commissions are perfect. The last thing we want to do is to launch it, and then all of a sudden the very first commission run is all messed up, and then we've got to wait. We're used to getting that text message on Wednesday morning saying, or Wednesday sometimes saying, you've been paid, which is pretty incredible. Most companies collect on sales of products for an entire month and pays 2 weeks following, so sometimes it's 6 weeks before you get paid. We end on a Sunday and get paid on a Wednesday is pretty incredible. So in closing, I just wanted to share a personal story in closing, and hopefully this will help you. I'm not, I read every day. I force myself. I don't like to read, but I read books every day. They say leaders are readers, and what you don't read won't help you. And I try to read as many motivational and sales books and self-development books that are out there. So there's probably one of the top selling books. I've probably read them all, and I don't read I'm not like a bookworm, but I try to put in 20 to 30 minutes every day to learn, and hopefully a lot of it was there. My favorite book was a book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich, and I've read it now 3 or 4 times. And you don't have to read the book, because I can basically tell you in one sentence what he basically says in the entire book, what made most of the most successful multimillionaires in the world, what they did, and what he basically says in that entire book. And I don't want to discredit the book because it's amazing, is just write your goals down. And in the book it said there, write your 5 goals down and on a piece of paper and sleep next to it. Put it in your pocket every day when you get up, and basically, if you write it down and you look at it every day or just as part of you, you'll be surprised what happened. And I laughed at it. I was like, I'm very skeptical. This is ridiculous. No way this happened, so on and so forth, And I read all these things, and I'm always a skeptic in everything. And I said, what do I have to lose? So many years ago, I had, right before the beginning of the year, I had this little index card that was had some plastic around it, and I wrote some personal things in there that I wanted to have happen, some financial things, some health things I wanted to have. I wrote down the 5 things that I wanted to have, and for an entire year I carried that card. I just put it in my pocket, put it in my wallet, just had it on me, look at it almost on a daily basis. And I don't want to freak anyone out in this, but all 5 of those things happen. And but it really goes down to having some goals. So I would encourage you, as you're going into 2019, the sky's the limit. And, whether you have a dream board, whether you have an index card, whether you have a diary, whatever you do, don't, sadly, 99% of you on the call today are going to hear me say this is not going to do it, but it doesn't hurt to write down what you want to do, whether you want to become a 50K, whether you want to make $10,000 a week, whatever those things are, whatever you believe is attainable, put it down on paper, whatever it is, and put it in your wallet or your purse or your pocket every day like I did, and I think you're going to be pretty amazed a year from now, those who stick here. Sadly, the truth of the matter is, I can make some guarantees right now, and this is really the truth, and this is in a positive note. Millionaires will be made in Ctfo next year. That is without a question. 99% of the people who are going to reach the top levels haven't even joined our company yet. We haven't even warmed up yet. We haven't even got started yet. And sadly, many of you won't be here. You just won't. Something will come the way. You'll decide you'll give up on yourself, or you'll give up on the company, or something will go wrong, or someone's going to say something, and you give up on your dream. It happens every day. And it doesn't mean that we don't love you or don't care for you, but that's just what happens in network marketing. A third of the people are coming in, a third of the people are staying, and a third of the people are leaving. It's just the way it is. You think something's better, so you do something else, or you get upset at someone, you get upset at your upline. People get upset at me all the time, no matter how hard I try. I've accepted that, There's always a reason, this person did this or that person did this. They blame someone else other than themselves, and they just quit. And the key to success, when people say to me, Mike, what does it take to be successful? The only key is just don't quitting. Just be consistent and persistent, and just have a goal and stick it out. I am sure of one thing. If your goal is to help people from a health standpoint, and you truly do care and love people and want to help them from a healthy standpoint, there's no better product than Ctfo CBD, period. If you wanted to change your life from a financial standpoint, and whether you wanted to get out of debt, whether you wanted to retire early, whether you're looking for residual income, whether you're looking to whatever it is, to make a few $100s a week, a few thousand or $10,000 a week, it's available here for those who truly engage. Obviously, what your goals are, the higher they are, the more that you come in. I sit down all the time and ask someone what their goals are, and they'll say, well, my goal right now, Mike, is I'd love to make $10,000 a week. And I'm like, great. And then I say, that's an awesome goal. It's very achievable. Anyone can do that. What are you willing to do to make $10,000 a week? Okay? You just told me you want to make $500,000 on Ctfo, okay? It's realistic, yes, for anyone that wants to do it. The computer system doesn't care your color, your race, your religion, your education. It doesn't care. It doesn't know all that stuff. It's only going to reward people who are sharing and enrolling, period. The more people you share this with, the more people you enroll this with, the more profit-sharing points you get, the more 20% on all person enrolled, the more unilevels you have. I mean, it's just common sense. What are you going to do? Well, I'll put 5 hours in a week, or I'm going to go on Facebook and put a bunch of posts on Facebook, or okay, that's great. But you just told me you wanted to make $10,000 a week here. So whatever your goals are, make them realistic. Whatever you're willing to do. The key of residual income is to work very hard for a period of time, and then as time goes on, you can put less time in, yet can make more money. That's what the really goal is. But for you being on the call tonight, it says a lot about you, and for those who stood on the call for the end, again, I applaud you, because most people wouldn't do that. So you're here because you want to improve yourself and do what you're doing. So with that said, I want to thank everyone again for being in these calls. A reminder, next week we have the amazing Scott and Todd doing our call. So have a great night. Bye-bye for now.